I was sitting there talking to a bunch of people about this for a while, and it got me really thinking. All the little gears in my head started turning. I was just like, dude, this would be so fucking cool, and this would be cool. So the idea is, if you could just take any two random games, okay, and slam them together, kind of like they bump uglies and then produce a really awesome video game baby. Well, what two games would you combine together, and how would it turn out, and why would it be awesome? So I started thinking about that, and yeah, there's a lot of really kick-ass concepts. If they were done properly, would be fucking amazing. One of the first ones I had thought about, actually, is going to be two Capcom games. First of which would be Mega Man, and then the other game will be Devil May Cry. So we smash them together, what would we get? Well, in my head, I imagined, take Devil May Cry's gameplay, now take Mega Man. Okay, Devil May Cry, you switch between weapons all the time, produce these really badass combos and everything. It's real fast-paced and frantic, okay? Well, Mega Man has tons of different things that he can switch between from all the bosses that he defeats. So just take, like, the Mega Man X universe, okay, for example. So you have Zero and you have X. Now take, like, the sword and everything, and just imagine that. Like, the blue bomber jumping up in the air, shooting a bunch of things, then he switches to, like, I don't know, Metal Man's weapons, and then he's shooting out all types of different shit. He comes down with fucking Zero swords, starts doing that, and yeah, that would just be amazing. And then you could, like, combo, like, bringing Rush in and stuff, and it would just be really cool. Add in, like, little RPG aspects, kind of like Mega Man Legends in a way, and yeah, have a leveling up Mega Man who controls, like, Dante. I would just, like, seriously blow a load everywhere. Like, explosion. Awesome. On a side note, Dr. Wily would honestly have to get way more fucking awesome. I'm talking like make a robot that's like, I don't know, 50 times the size of Mega Man for him to fight, because if Mega Man's controlling that fucking sick, yeah, Dr. Wily's gonna be all sorts of fucked. Like, I don't know, I'm talking like getting gangbanged by an entire circus of elephants. Fucked. Which would be awful. Now, another game that I thought about was Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is one of the biggest games that combines two different worlds. Well, I started thinking about, well, what other worlds could they include in that to just make it even more insane? Guilty Gear. Now, take Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so it's Marvel, and you have Capcom, and now I'll throw in all the Guilty Gear characters. I would be so happy to be able to have a team that consists of, like, Dante from Devil May Cry, and Akuma from Street Fighter, and Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear. It would just be so fucking insane. And now on top of that, the game would have a lot better music, because that's one of the things that I don't think is really awesome in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It doesn't have, like, the epic music that Guilty Gear has. So at least this, we would have, like, bitchin' fucking metal tunes to listen to every time, like, a Guilty Gear character shows up. So yeah, I would like that a whole lot. A whole lot. Samus Aran from Metroid. Plus, Final Fantasy X. You might be like, why is it Final Fantasy X specifically? I only say that because I really like the grid system from Final Fantasy X. So I started thinking about, like, why not just use that and throw it into the world of Metroid? Because the idea of taking Nintendo properties, especially something as awesome as Metroid, and then giving it RPG aspects is seriously amazing to think about. Just because, I mean, they took Mario. How many people thought that Mario would be an amazing game, and they made Super Mario RPG, and then all the Paper Mario games, and all of them are really badass. Hell, even Sega did it with Sonic, and it turned out awesome, and Sonic Chronicles, fucking amazing. So why not Metroid? Metroid would be really cool. Just the idea of, like, getting all these different things that Samus could level up with, maybe even level up the ship, a la maybe kind of like Kingdom Hearts in a way, or Skies of Arcadia, because you got to level up those ships and mess with them and tweak them. So I think it'd be cool if you could do that, have little areas where you get to fly around and stuff. So yeah, that has a lot of potential to be really badass, and I already know for a fact that I'd pre-order it and buy it and be happy and gloat on how awesome fucking my version of Samus is. So yeah, maybe Nintendo should consider that. Next, even though there's no fucking chance in hell ever that this would happen, but if it did, I would lose my fucking mind. Super Mario plus God of War. Oh man. Okay, so we're going to take Kratos and just get rid of him completely. And we're going to take Mario and make him a bloodthirsty tyrant just running around ripping everything apart in the Mushroom Kingdom, of course. See, Bowser, he went one step too far. He kidnapped Peach and he knocked her up. So yeah, she's gonna have some crazy fucking reptilian kid with blonde hair and shit. And wears dresses. So it's gonna have like some weird identity crisis. But anyway, see, Mario just loses his fucking mind. He's just like, that bitch bakes me cakes, and oh my fucking god, I went through all that crap in how many different games, and she's knocked up with a fucking reptile kid that's gonna look like fucking Godzilla at a fucking, like, goddamn Mushroom Kingdom pageant fair? What the fuck? No! So then Mario is going to take all of his power-ups, and he's going to, like, break them down to some kind of powder, snort them, and go and beat the fuck out of everything. So he's going to be all coked up on, like, star power, running around, just knocking fucking Goombas into other Goombas, like, splitting them in half. He's going to take, like, Koopas out of their turtle shell, rip them out, strangle them, rip their fucking head off and everything. The little Shy Guys are gonna run up. He's gonna rip their fucking mask off, punch his fucking fist right through their head. Mario basically is not gonna give a fuck. He's gonna rip Bullet Bill out of the ground. He's gonna start aiming them at other people and start shooting them. He's gonna jump down the pipe. As soon as he sees enemies down there, he's just gonna start fucking lighting them on fire with his fire power. He's gonna fly up into every one of enemies by using Raccoon Mario or the little cape thing that he had in Super Mario World. And he's gonna drop them from up there and right onto the flagpole so that they get impaled. Yeah. My mind's going to a mile a minute just thinking about all the carnage that Mario could cause. Because quite frankly, seeing Mario just become a bloodthirsty monster would be awesome. F-Zero plus Twisted Metal. Now, I love the speed of all F-Zero games. They also have amazing music. Now, I like the aspects that Twisted Metal has because you're basically driving around shooting the shit out of people. So why don't we have an F-Zero game where you can get a whole bunch of weapons and upgrades and start killing off all the opponents? Okay, a lot of times you'll be in a race, like take F-Zero X for instance. There's like, what, 20, 30, like, different opponents? So yeah, that would just be, like, that would be mass chaos to see on screen. So zipping around really fast, and then there's, like, all these missiles and lasers shooting around everywhere, and people could start setting off things that are going to trigger, like, different, like, things in the track that are going to, like, blow up or shift the entire stage in some different way. The cars will start transforming and stuff, and just, I imagine a lot of really cool shit that they could do. I would love it to death. They could just make the stages much, much wider because I don't think like a little track would be able to sustain that much carnage ever in a single day. House of the Dead plus Doom. Yes, Doom. Okay, I love House of the Dead just because you have a gun and you just shoot it, everything hops up on screen. Well, I would like the idea of taking all the different enemies in Doom and the hellish landscape and everything and make a light gun shooter out of that. I mean, Doom is one of the most popular first-person shooters ever. It's a legend. Well, why don't we have an arcade-style shooter of that? I mean, they did it with Dead Space. They did it with Resident Evil. So I think that they could do it with Doom, and I think it would turn out really fucking awesome. That and Cyber Demon would be a really kick-ass boss at the end. Or two Cyber Demons. Pokemon the trading card game plus Magic the Gathering. Well, here's the thing. Magic the Gathering does have various games, but none of them have fully taken advantage of the card game in a way that Pokemon the trading card game on Game Boy Color did. Now, think about it. You walk around in an RPG style, and you just face random people, and you can earn new cards. And you can keep on customizing your deck and make it so that it's extremely badass. Well, Magic the Gathering has like, what, 20, 30,000 different cards? Just imagine an RPG-style one of that. I mean, they made one on Windows 98 way back in the day. But that was way back in the day. We haven't seen anything like that since. And, you know, they have Magic Gathering online and shit like that. But no, I want one that's an RPG where I walk around getting random battles with other people and just fight them and customize my deck that way. Because that's awesome. Just, like, really, really fun. That and trading card games, I don't know. I think they go hand in hand with, like, role-playing games just because I don't know, it just makes sense. Can't exactly explain it, but they fit like this. Anyway, yeah, that would be kick-ass. Now, my friend Stuart had mentioned this one, so I can't take full credit for this, but thinking about it was fucking amazing. Resident Evil plus Legos. Now, a lot of people might be like, wait, but think about it. Take the Lego universe. I mean, how many is there now? We have Batman Lego, we have Pirates of the Caribbean Legos, we have Indiana Jones Legos, and there's a whole slew of other ones. Well, why not Resident Evil? It'd be so cool just walking around as like a little Lego Jill Valentine, and you pull out your shotgun and shoot a zombie Lego man, and his head just it flies right off. There's like little Lego pieces that they use for blood and everything. It'd be so cool. That and the puzzles could get a lot more interesting because you could like build puzzles and break them down and everything, or you could build the pieces that you need to like mess with something. And yeah, I would like that a whole lot. It would just be really, really neat. Then it makes me wonder, what would the dogs look like? I don't know. That would look really cool. I would like to see something like that. Seriously, it would just be so fucking badass. Then a Lego Wesker would make me laugh. He'd just come out and he'd be like, "Hello there, Chris. I'm Lego Wesker, bitches." And Chris was like, "You're not nearly as scary with that little round yellow head, but it's cool. It's cool." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not. But I got these bitchin' shades that are painted on my face." Now, there's tons of other combinations out there that anybody could think of and just have random ideas, and it'd be really kick-ass. So that's where I'm going to let you guys come in and play, and talk about what you think would really badass, or you could even make a video response detailing how badass your idea is. See, here's the thing. There's like a billion games behind me. I've actually looked through them and just thought like, wow, that would be cool if this would combine together. But I don't want this video running like 50 fucking hours long because potentially it really could. So yeah, that's what you guys have to do. Talk about what you think would be really badass. Or some of the ones that I just came up with. Do you think that they would be really kick-ass if they decided to make them and put them out there? Especially the Mega Man one. I would seriously buy the shit out of that. But anyway. So, yep. Comment down below, video response, whatever the case may be, do it. Because I think making like little awesome video game babies by making them bump uglies would be the shit.